What was your I'm dating an idiot moment? Senior year of high school, I've been offered a full ride scholarship for athletics. My girlfriend at the time was annoyed with how much time I dedicated to my sport. In a particular conversation, I made case that without the sport, I probably wouldn't be able to go to college, and even if I could, I'd be riddled with debt. The scholarship was a life changer, for me at least. She got mad that I called the scholarship a life changer, and demanded that I quit the sport so we could hang out more. We broke up about 90 seconds after that comment.
What a fucking beta.
Why was she so mad? Like,
Yeah, she's a
obviously,
beta.
a scholarship, even if a little one, is a life changer because that could drastically change the amount of debt you're in the future.
Yeah, and you could get a bunch of money.
Yeah, I don't know why she's so geeked. When he ran out of gas while in line at the Starbucks drive-thru, right across the street from a gas station, I told him to get gas first because his car was low, but he really needed that iced caramel macchiato. I asked why he
Oh,
didn't listen to me, and he replied with, I thought I could make it. He ended up pushing the car through the drive-thru and got his coffee while doing so, then parked the car in the lot and called a tow. That,
a stupid beta.
yeah, a stupid beta. That's really not much more that you could pull with that. Just
Yeah.
severely geeked. I don't know.
Like, the gas station probably would have had a jerry can that he could have
Or
buyed.
like I feel like enough gasoline should just put in your hands and like pour it in the car would have been enough to go through the drive-thru and back to the gas station.
Yeah, he could have just got like a large cup from Starbucks and filled it up with gas.
Yeah, that would have worked.
Or drank it,
Yeah,
Some
or
people are
drink
just
it and then
all
he would have more fuel to push the car. Genius.
that. This is heat.
Not a girlfriend, but a family member. We lived in Alaska, and she and her husband, who lived in the lower 48, were talking about coming to visit us. She talked about driving and was excited to drive on the bridge. We asked, What bridge? The one that goes from Washington State to Anchorage, she replied. We told her that that did not exist. She'd have to fly. She was surprised to learn that there wasn't a bridge, but excused it by saying, Well, I'm not good with geometry.
Oh,
That's
she might not
cold.
be good with geometry.
She might not be very good with geometry. I mean, I can't blame her. I'm not good with geometry either. Didn't date this guy. I worked with him. He was somehow a master electrician. He would say, Be Pacific when you talk. We told him the
Oh,
word was specific. He said, No, it's Pacific because of the ocean. We showed him
oh,
online the definition of specific, and he legitimately said, Anyone can fake an internet article. It was on Wikipedia. He also had a fiance who ended up in the hospital for months, and he never once visited her.
what?
When I asked him why not, he said she was on drugs and would never know I was there anyway. This woman wasn't in a coma, she had a huge tumor removed and the complications after. Yeah, she was on lots of meds, but she was awake the majority of the time. Dude couldn't figure out why she broke the engagement the minute she left the hospital.
Oh my god. But is
I don't know.
what a
Maybe the
wild.
fiance should have been Pacific about what she wanted him to do, man, but that's all I'm
Maybe
saying.
she shouldn't have been on drugs.
I feel like, okay, maybe that's not her fault. I was in my 20s. I was dating a guy who knew I was from California. He made a comment about the Golden Gate Bridge and said, I bet the Golden Gate Bridge must have cost a fortune to build with all of that gold. He was cute, but it
Oh,
didn't last long. I never knew
oh.
that it was actually made out of gold.
I used to think it was completely made out of gold till I was 9.
Okay, I mean, when you're 9, you still believe in Santa Claus, so I feel like that's reasonable to still believe. This man was
Actually,
over 20 years old.
well, some people aren't fast learners.
That's no excuse. It's clearly not made out of gold. He was shocked to learn that he wouldn't be able to pick up our car rental that was under my name using my credit card because they always let me pick it up using my dad's card when we were on family vacations. I had to explain to him that he and his dad have the same first and last name. When he defended slavery by saying people who run up high medical bills should have to work them off by cleaning and landscaping areas at the hospital. He was serious, and also 30 years old at the time when he made that statement.
Well, There are people that believe in that. Like, there's still people in the KKK.
I.
So
Well, that's not. Is that an excuse for what he said? I mean,
maybe.
no, okay, listen. You should, I think, if you want to, you should be able to do this. However, you should not have to do it. You should not be forced to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. She literally stuck her finger in a light socket as I was telling her not to. Is she 4 years old? Are you a pedophile? Who is of age and sticking their fingers in sockets, electrical sockets?
Once when a couple years ago,
Uh huh.
I lived in my old house and we were renovating,
Yeah.
and the outlet had no case over it, and I
Yeah.
stuck my finger in there and I got shocked.
Well, you were a
So that's
child a few years ago, so
well, no, I was 10.
okay, that's okay. Yeah. 10 years old, you should definitely know better, but still more excusable
I
than
just wanted
probably.
to see if I would get shocked or not.
My ex once asked me, who were the bad guys and who were the good guys in World War II? I feel like if you're older than 8 years old, you should know the answer to that question.
Well, actually, no, no, no. Because
Uh huh. I'm excited to
if
hear this.
you, if you were on Hitler's side, the
Yeah.
Germans would be the good guys in that case. Yeah, no, I was just trying to make someone up. I thought she was talking about World War One.
She revealed her skepticism about the existence of dinosaurs.
I feel like they could be alive.
Okay, technically they are because of like evolution and like lizards and birds and such, but this woman is saying that she doesn't believe in dinosaurs at all,
Oh,
which clearly they did. Why would we make that up?
yeah, I don't know. I think she's geeked.
I was raised in okay, this is Tears of Schmegma's comment to that. I was raised in a religious cult, was homeschooled, and got out when I was 18. My whole life I was told dinosaurs were fake and the planet was only 2,000 years old. I believed
What?
this. I knew nothing else. I was only taught religious texts, no reading, math, science, biology. I got a boyfriend shortly after. He took me to the museum, and we were in the dinosaur exhibit. I remember audibly gasping when he told me dinosaurs were real. I was definitely hesitant when he first told me, but I was so happy to learn that they were real. One of the coolest days of my entire life.
Dude, who puts you in a cult like that?
Yeah, what do you mean you're born into a cult and that's only the first third of the paragraph? I feel like there's a bigger story to that.
Yeah, that's odd.
How do you make your way to Reddit after being born in a cult? She thought that cars used gas to move, so if you left a car idling, it would never run out of gas. I asked her if you left a car idle for 5 years without running out of gas. She thought about it for a minute and said, yes.
How?
I mean, I can understand the thought process, but no. You're
Yeah,
geeked.
that's
That's all I can say. You're geeked. My ex was filling out some form online and genuinely did not know the name of the country we were in, the U.S. I knew
what?
it was real because I acted shocked and was asking if she was being serious. I guess she got embarrassed and started saying that I probably don't even know it, and that's why I'm not telling her.
Oh.
How do you
Oh.
not know? Like,
Yeah,
don't
no,
they?
like the US is like the most known,
Isn't the
probably.
USA like a cult and in school they make you do like the Pledge of Allegiance or whatever the hell it's called?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that happens.
Like, how do you not know? The flag is like there in front of your face every single day. It's impossible not to know. And how has nobody told you? I was in a long term relationship with the girl while I was attending grad school, and we shared a studio apartment. One winter evening, I planned to spend a late night at the school library doing some reading assignments, but was so exhausted that I decided to pack up and go home early. When I got home, I opened the door and immediately got hit by an overwhelming smell of gas. Turned out this girl decided that she was cold, and the best way to heat up our apartment was to be turning on the oven and leaving the oven door open, thinking that the heat from the oven would warm the apartment. Did I mention the windows were completely shut and locked? I immediately opened the windows, got her out of the apartment, and called building management. She couldn't understand what the big deal was until I finally got through to her that she could have very well had died of carbon monoxide poisoning had I not come home early that night. To top it off, she had planned to light some candles. We broke up a few months later.
Oh,
I love filling up my home with carbon monoxide and taking a very nice nap.
I think that's smart.
That's smart. It's smart decision making. Just
He had a feeling in his tummy he should come home, and he did, and that he saved a woman.
yeah. What do you think that means?
Uh,
Is there some higher power, or do you think he was just real
yes,
sleepy?
yes,
Yes.
yes. There's no God.
That's bold
There's no
comment.
God,
Okay.
but there is you in a higher state. Everyone is their own God. This is what I believe.
What?
Everyone's their own God, and everyone knows what's going to happen.
I can't have buffalo hot sauce. I'm vegetarian. She thought it actually had buffalo in it. Why do they call it buffalo sauce when it doesn't have buffalo in it?
Cause I think it was made by the buffaloes. No, no, it wasn't.
What? Posted this before. Dated a girl who refused to stop for animals while driving because her dad said it causes accidents. Was driving with her. She insisted on driving when I picked her up, and she hit a squirrel like it was nothing. And I asked her, "Did you see that squirrel?" She said yes, but didn't want to cause an accident. There was no one else on the road. That's when she explained what her father taught her. When she hit a cat on the same trip on the way home at 35 miles an hour, when she could have easily stopped, that was the last time I ever spoke to her.
That's mean. Why would she hurt
You're
animals?
just driving down a road, completely stone faced, running
Just
over
scorn
like
every
cats and
creature you
mice
see.
and squirrels, flattening them
Dude.
on a completely empty road. GF in high school had a pet hamster. She decided to give it a bath, and afterwards it was cold and shivering. To dry it off, she put it in the microwave. It apparently exploded and died. Why would you put your pet in the microwave?
How long did she put it in there for it to
It
explode?
exploded! That's like
So,
the first thing your parents tell you is to not put it in the microwave because that's what children do. You're of high school age. Is your IQ 45? Why are you putting it in the microwave?
but like, how long did she have to put it in there for it to explode?
I don't know, man.
Like
I,
10 minutes?
uh, like this may be a shock to you, but I don't go around putting things in microwaves and testing how long it takes for them to explode. I was on a date with a woman during the afternoon. The moon was out and was visible in the blue sky. I commented to her how beautiful the moon looked and she got angry at me. She told me I was lying and she refused to look up. That's how stubborn I am sometimes. I'll just refuse to do things just because.
What?
But how do you not know the moon could be out during the day? Like, do you never go outside? Ever?
Yeah, and like refusing to look up?
Completely refusing. On the off chance, it's not like he said it says gullible on the ceiling. Like, literally, just take a quick glance. She had her mattress pressed right up against the heater, and when I told her to move her mattress away or it might catch fire, she said, "It's okay, it hasn't caught fire so far." That's a fair argument
So,
to
no,
me. I mean, if it hasn't caught fire so far, why would it catch fire later? It doesn't make any sense.
that's actually what happened in my old home. Because I
Uh,
lived in townhouses,
yeah,
and there was this crazy lady that was beneath me and like three houses over. But all the houses were connected because it was a townhouse.
yeah.
And she was a hoarder. And she had so much junk in her home around the heaters that it all caught fire. So she ended up burning five houses down and part of my house.
What?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. So then we had to like live at my auntie's for like 6 months.
Dude, what the hell? This insane woman just burned her house down and like a dozen others. That's insane.
I don't think she actually like had to do anything because she like hid from the ops or something.
Yeah. Dated a girl who once sent $1,000 to someone who called her and said she owed a fine, and the only way to repay it was through store bought gift cards that she read out the info from on the phone.
Wow.
Same girl recruited me for a pyramid scheme that her friend sold her on. I literally had to draw a triangle on a whiteboard, explain to her how the economics of that worked, like the scene from The Office.
Dude.
That's how the government should say that you need to pay your taxes. You just pay in an iTunes gift card. I was retelling a story about a girl who didn't know the sun was a star, and they looked at me like they just learned new information. They were 19 at the time. I'm
What?
surprised humans didn't decide to call the sun the grand star or something dumb like that. They actually gave it a name.
Yeah. Yeah, just the big star.
Had an ex girlfriend ask if she could throw her phone in the microwave for a quick charge before we left. I said I have a
What?
charger in the car and explained in the car why we cannot put metal in the microwave. This woman was to school to become a doctor? What? You're telling me this woman can be giving people medicine whilst putting
Oh
her
my
phone in the microwave for a quick charge?
what
What?
the fuck?
What? What? That doesn't make. What?
The microwave does not shoot electricity at the food you put in there. As we stated earlier, it
Yeah,
shoots microwaves.
she asked me if I honestly believed dinosaurs were real. Why is there a common theme of putting things in microwaves,
The moon
flat
during the
earthers, yeah, the
day.
moon, and dinosaurs? Why are there
Why?
all themes? Oh, and American people just being dumb.
We need to teach our kids more about these 4 or 5 things.